Dubuque is kind of an interesting intersection here between Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa. We're kind of working for that same workforce here. We have low unemployment, but we have a lot of jobs. What do you think can kind of be done on that executive side to address that job market or to kind of bolster what we have in sort of these mid-sized metros in Iowa or otherwise?
Well, I think some of it is how the education system is geared. We've said everyone needs to go to college for how many decades. That's actually not true. College is one way, but workforce education, skilled trades, those are very important. Those are in-demand jobs. We just haven't done well in the education system of producing people that have those types of skills. I want to increase our manufacturing base and our industrial base in this country, particularly in the Midwest. And we've seen so much stuff go to China. I want to reshore that stuff. So in Florida, we've really worked hard to promote apprenticeships. We've promoted workforce education certification for folks. That now means that companies that have these openings, they have a lot of folks graduating high schools and state colleges that they could offer to go into. So I think it's ultimately going to be rooted in education and making sure that we're focusing on producing the skills that we need to really power our economy.
Yeah, and sort of speaking about those issues for mid-sized metros like ours, especially around workforce and business, we don't have daily air service anymore. We don't have service to a regional hub. And you spoke earlier about topics that are going to take federal, state, and local pushes, and I think at least locally that air service is seeming like one of those topics. Do you think there is something that can be done at the federal level moving forward to address that issue, to restore air service in areas like ours?
There might be. I think that there's a lot of bureaucracy, there's a lot of red tape that makes it harder to make these things economically viable. And so, I obviously would want to reduce that. I also look at just the overall kind of all the accoutrements that go with this. I look at something like a TSA. Honestly, I don't think that makes us safer. It's just kind of rote doing this stuff, making a grandmother take off her shoes or go. It's like, in Israel, when you go through the security, you have a bottle of water. They don't make you spill it out because they know it's a bottle of water, and they look to see what's going to happen. I just think that the whole air travel has been so miserable that it's hard to see that expanding when the delays and all that stuff. So if there's something we can do federally to help work smooth that out, we need to. But it's become a nightmare to travel in this country, period. And so if that's the case, I think it would be harder to be expanding. We need to make it so that it's better to travel, so that it's more economical to move it into different markets.
Yeah. And I think just generally, obviously, Jan 15 coming up, we're approaching those caucus states. Is there anything else that you want to add for people in this tri-state area? I mean, specifically on the caucus front, Dubuque and its surrounding Iowa counties, just in general?
Sure. I think it's very simple, the choice. Donald Trump's running for his issues. Nikki Haley's running for her donors' issues. I'm running for your issues and your family's issues, and solely focused on the nation's issues and turning the country around. I'm the only one who's running who's delivered on 100% of his promises, which is what I've done in Florida. I've also won big victories over the political left on issue after issue after issue. We need to start winning again as Republicans. I've shown how to win big electorally in Florida, which is part of it, but I think even more important, once you get into office, you've got to win on the border. You've got to win on the economy. You've got to win on reining in the bureaucracy and the administrative state. You got to win on revitalizing the military. And so people know with me, I will deliver results for them.